Hey there, friends. Happy Thursday to you. Yay, it's Thursday. I have a couple new journals to go into the shop today. These are the big honking Bertha journals. They are, I think they're like 6.5 by 9. Let me look in my little, this is how I keep my inventory records. They're just like these super cool little tiny notebooks, and man, they sure do. They serve me well. My mom buys them for me at the pound shop, which is super, yes, 6.5 by 9. The spines are 2 3/4. They are big honkin' journals, which is fun because I get to put a big honkin' lot of stuff in them. They will be going in my Etsy shop a little later on today. These are two fabrics that I really gravitate to. They look kind of bohemian, sort of Moroccan, but also have this very intriguing old-fashioned quality, almost like something that you would find like in a junk store or something. I really do love these fabrics. Let's take a look inside of these journals on this Thursday, and I will have these in the shop a little later on Thursday. I watched the new, Chris and I watched the new Thor movie Ragnarok, which was really cool. I love Loki. I know he's a bad boy, but there is just something about Loki that I just really do love, because I think Loki, because he's kind of an outcast and he's very different and he's got that little evil bent to him, it's almost like he tries to be good. He tries to be good, but, you know, he really wants to be good, but sometimes it just doesn't work out like that. But anyway, I love the movie. I thought it was very well done. It was humorous, and I do like my Marvel movies to have some humor in them. And they usually do. All right, let's talk about this journal. And I have not given her a name yet, so I'm not sure what she's going to want to be called. She is finished off with some very sparkly, beautiful beads, some etched beads, wooden beads up here. I did the binding in a little bit of a different sort of this is not embroidery floss. This is a kind of yarn that has a bit of sparkle to it. Can you see it right there? So, looks really nice with this fabric. She is bound with a Tim Holtz brad, number 30. And starts off, you know, I'm still like destashing, so you'll see things that you've never seen before and probably will never see again. I feel very, like compelled to kind of spread along some love that's been around the studio for a while, so it's time to spread that love to you guys. So individual items, individual art that I am putting in these journals. I love this sparkly paper. I think it's so pretty. This is a fabric flower for you guys right here. Generous amounts of fabric. So if you guys have watched my tutorial about DIY, how to make a box book, and I'll link that in an iCard. An iCard is that it's an eye in a round circle that usually appears to the right of the video in the right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner. And if you click on that, you will get like you'll get a playlist, and so I will link my DIY how to make a journal out of a box playlist for you guys that I did last year. These are some mistables. I really love these things. I just did a video where I broke my paintbrush, and I don't have any sprays up here in the studio at the moment, so I finger painted them, and man, they turned out really cool. They're fabric, so they're like fabric stickers. A vintage card for you. This, I think it's from 1950. I'm not sure. We can check back here. This is the original bow that came on the card. I think that just says a lot about the quality of paper goods, you know, in the mid-century. It's just not like something that we would buy today that's going to, you know, fall apart, or especially clothing. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not, but like a lot of clothing is it just kind of falls apart after, you know, you wear it for 6 months. This is an illustration from a wonderful book that Art Angel sent me about kitchen illustrations and advertising illustrations from the 60s. This is not a 60s piece. This is from the book about illustrations, and it's just so cool. It's a Jell-O mold. Remember those? Good gracious. This is one of our scrappy stacks, and it says story on it. Beautiful, beautiful magazine pages. This is from Lux magazine. And just the imagery is incredible. Now you guys know that when you run across magazine imagery that these are color blocks. Can you imagine the beautiful beads that you'll make with this sort of color? This is from a 1979 magazine. I love the hairstyles and the fashions. A piece of really beautiful modeled paper that depicts a conductor. And I love her because she's a lady conductor, and she's conducting an orchestra. It might be this group that's right here. This is from a 1983 encyclopedia. We have our buggy mobile of ephemera for you guys. Love this guy. Yeah, it was an orchestra right there. Orchestra. And recipes, again, from that 1979 magazine. Kind of love the hairstyles. I was trying to think of the hairstyle I had in 79. I think that might be the year that I got cropped, because that was the year that my son was born. And I got all my hair cut off because it was just all I could deal with to, like, you know, take care of him and try and take care of my hair. But it was long and straight then, you know, as it is now. But I had it cropped off, y'all, and then I had the sides of my head shaved, and then I had a mohawk for a little while, so there we go. This is a pocket full of fun for you. Lots of border strips, flowers, images, anything that you need to make cards, and even some already pre-cut cards right here. This is a beautiful piece from Gail. Gail is just always, Gail's so funny. I'll get this random envelope in the mail, and she's like, jam stuff in there, and it's great stuff. And she'll go, here's what I did last night. You know, I was bored. I made some fabric swatches or whatever. I love to play. That's what she usually says. I love to play. And I just think it's the super coolest thing in the world. Thank you, Gail. Another beautiful piece. And this is one of those like 1993 postcards that was sent to the hospital in Connecticut when the staff traveled. They always sent back a postcard. This one also has like the tape on it, because I can just see these taped to a wall. You know, like I said yesterday, like in a break room or something. We have some game ephemera for you. Original Monopoly money. Man, Monopoly, like, I'm not good at Monopoly. I think I'm not good at, like, strategy games. They really kind of trip me up. But, I mean, I used to love to play Monopoly, but we played with a neighbor, and he always won. I mean, that dude was, like, relentless. I mean, he was, like, after your money, and we were, like, 10. A vintage flashcard for you. Recipes from 1953, and if you take a peek in here, you are even going to get some color photographs, which really just weren't happening in the 50s. This is how to make candy. Chocolate nougatines, chocolate peanut bars, just all kinds of fun recipes. Cocoa fondant fudge. Oh my goodness. Probably a brownie recipe in here. Now I'm wanting some chocolate. More cards for you guys to construct and play with. Of course, that was lesson 3 and how to use a flow journal. Lesson 1 talked about text pages. Lesson 2 was lesson 1 was magazine pages. Lesson 2 was text pages. Lesson 3 was how to make a greeting card. And we did 10 lessons, so do please check that out on YouTube. And, you know, if you know anyone else that's doing flow journaling, it would be super keen if you guys would pass that along to anyone you know who might be doing flow journaling as well. This is another illustration from that magazine. This is caviar, deviled eggs. It looks like a tomato with a radish rose right here. I love things like this. I think that is just a really incredible peek into history and the history of cooking. Another very nice pocket that's kind of loaded with an original art piece for you guys. Some camera stickers that I really do love. This is a sheet and it does have texture to it. You can draw your own designs on here and cut them out. It's a sticker sheet, but it just does have patterns and texture to it. Another sticker for you guys and some ABC stickers in the back. I have new washi tape, and I love this one. It says, "Love my family, family time and memories." A little calendar element for you guys. I kind of like the way this pocket came out. These are some original owl drawings for you guys. A little bit of ribbon. There are cereal box boards back here that I've painted an envelope, and of course in the very back you have some pattern paper as well. Another little card that I made for you guys that says "Smile," and it's printed on some really shimmery paper. There's so much in here that you could like take this book and make cards. Lots of cards. Another original piece for you. I can't really lay claim to this. I think I saw it somewhere and I just really was captured by the image and just kind of did my own thing with it. Thought it was really pretty. Parasol Girl. Gentle, that is a chipboard piece, so you've got some chipboard to play with. A little bit from the Florence News from my Italy trip. Another stack, scrappy stack. I am digging these because they've just got so many layers and so many elements. They're just lots of fun to do. Things in the backyard. These are flashcards, and I know that they go with the game, but I don't know what game they go to. I love Snoopy, and there he is right there. Muffling a giggle. I have a little beagle dog, and I tell you, I love my little beagle dog. This morning I was clipping her nails. Oh gosh, and I nicked her, and it just made me feel so bad. I think, gosh, in the 5 years we've had her, I have always done her nails, and gosh, I've maybe nicked her 5 times in 5 years, and this morning I nicked her twice. Oh, it felt so bad. So, you know, I put, the baby powder on it, and then I washed it really good after it stopped bleeding. I felt so terrible. But she's fine with it. She's like, I've been walking around in her, her old sassy self. I think it hurt me worse than it did her. More papers for you to play with, some tea dye and coffee dyed papers. I am fond of bags. I think bags remind me of when I was a little girl. My brother was 2 years younger than me, so I was probably about 5, and he was, he was a baby. So he was maybe 2 and I was maybe 4. And my mom would let me, now this was a whole different time, y'all. My mom would give me a quarter and let me go to Mr. Wilson's store and buy a banana popsicle. And that was like this huge treat. Buy a banana popsicle, and then I bought a popsicle for her as well. And I think that was just her way of getting me out of the house for a minute. This is from my glue book project. I really do love that. And I like passing things along to you guys. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like it's not going to sit on the shelf, that you guys are going to get it. You can tear it apart and do whatever you want to with it. I think a lot of art creation is about the creation, not the thing you end up with. I think it's all the creative energy that goes on, in your head, in your body as you're constructing things. And then you bring it to fruition, and a lot of times it just sits on a shelf, and I'm thinking, I like to pass things along to you guys, and I hope that you recognize it as a real art element in a real art book. This is an embellishment for you guys, some flip-flops. I am loving my flip-flops right now. This little bag is chock full of things to make cards with. You've got a little bag of buttons right here, lots of fun things. We've got some Mickey Mouse and a surfboard right here, a chipboard piece that says Shimmer. More of the tea-dyed paper. I think I'm finally kind of getting it. I still get marks, but I kind of like them because I am stacking my paper. I can only do like one tray at a time in the kitchen, and I'm sure that's where a lot of the like pattern bleed through comes through. Another photo of Snoopy, another big pocket of things for you to play with. This is some handmade paper, some awesome seashell stickers. I love those because they're so subtle, and lots of papers and border strips and bookmarks for you to play with, tags for you to play with. We've got some bird things going on here. Joy is not in things, it is in us. Isn't that gorgeous? I've got an element here that was given to me that I just love. I just think it's so absolutely beautiful. But again, time to spread the love, and lace, and a lot of variety of papers for you guys to play with. A napkin, a map. I tell you why I love this map. It's obviously been used, and I adore things where you can look at them and you can just imagine people being on trips, going places, maybe for day trips. Maybe they've just retired and they're going someplace new. Maybe they're enjoying not working. I've always wanted to put a map on the wall and then just kind of throw a dart at it, and yeah, that's where I'm going to go today. Isn't that cool? That's like a spirit of adventure. And another little pocket of elements for you guys. Another kind of one-off thing is this sheet of quotes about art. Art is the daughter of freedom. Color is my day-long obsession. Joy and torment. Claude Monet. Love that. All right, guys, I will have this book titled and in the shop a little later on this Thursday. Let's take a look at this big Bertha journal. She is finished with some black beading, some of the etched beads, some Czechoslovakian crystal beads, and these super cool wooden beads. I love those things. Miss R sent those, and I think they are just super neat. Again, this fabric is kind of, it's like Moroccan. It's just, I love it. I just think it looks old, and I just dig it a whole lot. This has kind of got a purple-ish tint to it. Finished off with a 22 brad and lots of pockets of fun, napkins. These are some of the 1953 recipes. We've got Brazil cream caramels, brown sugar caramels, chocolate molasses caramels. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful. More tea dye. This is from the Florence News. I think it's about wine of the gods. Papers to play with. A glue book element right here. More papers to play with. Look how pretty that's arranged. So gorgeous. I wish I could bake, but it's the whole measuring thing. I have lots of trouble with that. I can't really measure. And I don't think you can eyeball how much sugar you're going to put in something. I used to, of course, bake cookies, with the kids. And we always enjoyed that. This is a vintage photograph from you from the 1930s. And another one of those travel postcards. I just think they speak volumes. Magazine pages. This is from the 1983 encyclopedia. Look at this baby learning. We don't have computers. He's listening to 45 RPM records. He's got his stack of books over here. He's got the letter S that is on a little, it looks like a little animal or something. Just looks back. You know, it's a look back, y'all. A vintage card for you. Can't find it in the almanac-y. These are the original Google Oz that came on this card from the 1950s. Some script for you guys. Some Japanese text. This is my last signature of the smattering of art paper. So you've got a sticker here. You've got some bristle board, some canvas paper, tracing paper, a little bit of a lamination film, a napkin, and a little bit of deli paper. So it's my very last signature of that, and I hope that you guys enjoyed that when we were putting it in the flow journals. And this, I believe this is 140-pound watercolor paper right here. Lots of elements for you to color on, paint on, draw on, and then maybe collage on as well. So we've got lots to go on. Buy sure this Here's the Day by Cracky. Best wishes, Bill and Olive. That is really cool. These are, again, magazine pages. I think this image is so pretty. Like, it's a disappearing image. More of the scrappy stacks. Another pocket full of fun for you. I love this seashell. This is a mollusk shell, and this is a very old poem called Sea Song. The paper is absolutely exquisite. I am a paper junkie. I just think it's so beautiful. Paper is just gorgeous. This is from the this is from Inspector Poirot, a little kitty cat on a stack of books. Bobbsey Twins. This was Carol's book when she was growing up. A paper stencil for you guys. Another little piece by Gail. 1902 paper. I'm not sure what year the French paper is. This is like 1970s. This is QuickBooks. This is how we used to do it. And I remember how we used to do it. Maps for you guys. A lot of elements. This is Rosanna Dana, Land Shark, the Conehead family. I love this. Cheeseburger. And lots of little elements in here for you to play with. A sweet card featuring Franz Liszt. Snoopy. This is another little Gail thing that she sent me. It's... She really took that distressing new magazine images to heart, and this is her yellow pages. So, I mean, like, she took the yellow pages and started distressing the yellow pages. She's a go-getter. Got a pack of buttons for you guys right here. I love this French text because the illustrations are just fantastic. More, this is 1836, so just be aware that this is kind of chippy paper. I've got some pattern paper for you, stickers, a whole tag. I know lots of people are graduating, so I figure you guys can use something like this in a, either a journal or as an addition to maybe a graduation gift. These are tiny pads of paper that I made to keep some notes on. I should know who these people are, but I don't. They aren't people, they're puppies. What's that? Lady and the Tramp. Yeah, that's it. More things for you to make cards with here, including some cool words and border strips. We have a Chinese newspaper here, a lace element, painty papers, and beauty. I love those two colors together. These are fold-out maps, so they're super neat, and I love the imagery as well. You know, you can clip those out, put them in a journal, make you some distressed new magazine images. This is a sweet sticker. It says "Beware of the Dog." More paper in here. This is a bridge score tally. Do not know how to play bridge. I am learning my hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs. I got it right. This is a beautiful postcard that features a gorgeous horse, and she has flowers in her hair. My farmer and his wife have horses, and it's quite inspiring to see their horses. I love this magazine page. It features upscale linens, and it says, I live in Greenwich, but I sleep in Venetia. This is from St. Mark's Square in Venetia. This is from the St. Mark's Basilica. A little postcard for you guys. 1979 magazine. Look what she's wearing. We look back and it's funny. Look at these hairstyles. It was not funny then. I mean, that's how you looked. So long ago. My child will be 40 next year. 40 years old. I just cannot believe it. I don't know what happened to time. Time absolutely flies. That is no doubt. This back portion has some ribbons for you guys. Actually, it has a lot of ribbon. 1, 2, 3 pieces of ribbon, a piece of fabric, piece of burlap, and a beautiful little piece of paper right here. All right, my friends. These books will be in the store a little later on today. I am going to be on a bookmaking spree the next few days, so please check back in the Etsy store quite often. I'm making traveler's notebooks. I'm also making more junk packs, y'all. So thank you so much for purchasing the Dressmaker junk pack, and I think I have one left in the shop at this point. Thank you guys for supporting the Etsy shop. It means the world to me. Thank you for your kind comments on YouTube. And I will see you guys later. Have a happy Thursday. See ya. Bye.